Hi everyone, I'm Lubomira and thank you for joining me. If you're visiting for the first time, welcome to my channel, and if you're returning, it's great to have you back. I really appreciate your support. Here on this channel, I show you how I combine various card making techniques with elements made with the Cricut. Now, if you don't have a Cricut, that's okay. There are many ways of substituting the things I make with other products you may have in your stash. I am slowly reformatting my videos. This video shows the step-by-step process using Cricut Design Space to make an element I use in a card. If you're interested in seeing the card making process, please see the link in the description below. Let's get into this video. I'll be working on a frame for my card. Lots of cards use frames to add a nice detail, to frame a focal point, or to use structurally like in a shaker. It's pretty simple to make these frames in Cricut Design Space, and you don't need any additional downloads or programs except for the shapes that are included. To begin, as always, I start off by placing a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 rectangle to serve as a guide for my card. This just gives me an idea of how large to make my images in relation to a card base. The frame I'll be making is a simple scalloped one. For the most part, I'll be welding and duplicating my images to accomplish my task. After inserting my card base, I insert another rectangle and size it to 8 inches by 1/2 inch tall. I work on a larger scale and then shrink the images to a smaller one later on. Next, I duplicate that image and just resize it to be slightly shorter at 6 inches, but keeping the height at 0.5. After that, I insert a circle and resize it to 1 inch. Width and height are locked automatically to correspond equally as the default, so you only need to adjust one or the other. Then I duplicate the circle 7 times. I usually make more than I need and then delete the ones I don't need. Using the positioning tool, I place them next to one another. By using the positioning tool, I make sure that each shape is exactly where I want it and that they are evenly spaced. Once I have 7 circles where I want them, I attach them and duplicate the set. I place one of the sets to the side and then add 2 more circles to the other, making sure to keep an eye on my positioning. Again, I attach those 9 circles and make sure that they are where they're supposed to be. Next, I grab the longer of the 2 rectangles using the positioning tool. This time, my X will be 0, but my Y will change to 0.5. This will cause the rectangle to align at the bottom of the circles and cover them halfway, with the exception of one. I need to fix that so all the circles are evenly overlapped. I first select my images, the circle and the rectangle, and then using the alignment tool, I align them horizontally. While my images are still selected, I weld them and then duplicate the image. I repeat this exact same thing with the second set of circles and the second rectangle. Now I have 4 sides to my frame, and all I have to do is place them and weld them. To do this, I first start with one of the shorter sides. I place it at 0, 0 using the positioning tool. Next, I grab one of the longer sides and rotate it 90 degrees. Then I flip it horizontally. I also place it at 0, 0. Then I select the 2 images and weld them together to form the first side. Before moving on to my other shapes, I flip it horizontally and then set it aside to work on the second side. I repeat the same steps to weld the other remaining pieces. When my second side is complete, I flip it vertically to form the bottom and left side. I again position both pieces at the 0, 0 mark and weld them together to form the completed frame. The final step is to resize it to fit my card base, and this is completely customizable. I'm making mine slightly smaller than my card base at 4 inches by 5 1/4. All that remains is to send my frame to the Cricut for cutting. I hope this video was helpful. If you enjoyed yourself, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. See you next time. Bye.